All right, you clicked on the video. Very good place to be. Very glad that you came along here to watch me talk about, I think, quite an important topic. Automatically, I know just because you're watching this video that you're not the labels that people assign to you. Just want to say, you're not lazy. You think you're lazy, think you're a loser with no future. This isn't true. This isn't true. You really gotta stop listening to all these people with all their labels. You gotta stop looking so heavily on the external. Look at what you're doing. It's not fair if you're putting in the hours and you're just struggling, and all these people, your external environment, just keep putting you down anyways. The reason this happens, you have to understand, is there's a bit of resistance to trying to succeed. Before you can become the person you want to be and be treated like so, with that kind of label, the positive ones, be somebody who's accomplished in everything and feel capable, you have to go through the grind where you're going to have the negative labels first, regardless of your actions. And that's okay. Now, I don't know who these people might be. Maybe they're teachers if you're still in school. It might be parents, might be friends, even social media. There's a lot of content out there. The crazy thing is how little they care about your feelings or whatever. But when you watch social media and you think you find something relatable, or you find maybe some content that's maybe sad or something, somebody seems to be struggling or something, you have no idea. Like the overly dramatic videos that are there to be relatable and give you comfort. The truth is, it's only making money from you. Nobody really cares, unfortunately. This is a tough pill to swallow and it's a hard reality, but you're better off understanding it like that, because then you can understand why everyone keeps labeling you the way they are. All they see really is the external anyways. They don't see the hours you're putting in. They don't see the amount of effort you dedicate to your work. It's not right. And of course, there's other people who maybe they're indifferent towards it. At the end of the day, you're more alone in this journey than you could have ever imagined. And that's all right as well. This is the cost to success. If you want to be able to succeed, it's going to take everything from you. You have to sacrifice everything. It takes everything from you in order to become the person, to become the one label maybe that you've been seeking after, the finally accomplished person, not the lazy person. And the other real problem, I would say, the people's perception of how things are supposed to work are really wrong. What I mean by this is think for a little bit. They're very superficial, really, I think. They don't really understand the realities of it. They think if you work, there's only 0% or 100%. They think either you're going all in, and sometimes here's the crazy thing is, even if like you are putting in all the work, they still just want to assign their labels. They want to believe what they want to believe because it makes them feel better about themselves. When they put you down, they put themselves up. That's all it is. But the truth is they're only betraying themselves. You don't fall for the lie. You don't do all the coping habits like everybody else. Now, maybe you're not perfect, and that's completely fine. Maybe you indulge in bad habits more than once. Maybe you only do an hour of work a day or something, or half an hour. And honestly, I think it doesn't matter so long as you're doing something, some kind of work. You have to understand that your work isn't even linear to begin with. Like, you can't compare or judge the amount of work you're putting in now to all these other ultra successful, ultra hardworking people, because you don't understand what kind of leads them to work like that in the first place. There could be something seriously wrong with them, but then you'd rather be normal than them. Or the other reason that you have to understand is that your work ethic compounds. You don't really, like, you really do compound in pretty much your knowledge, your work, and like it becomes like you also improve your leverage and direction. It means you're going in the right direction. You focus on the right business model, right? And you work smart. You do everything that actually moves the needle. So you get more reward for less effort. But the point is, you should stop comparing yourself to all these other people. And you should stop listening to all the labels that other people assign to you, because it's not right. The labels they give you are not accurate. It's not true. The only person who can really label themselves truly, the only person who can judge themselves fairly and accurately is you. You're the judge. You're the decider. Unless you're religious, then I suppose God as well, but nobody else knows what you do. Nobody knows the hours you put in. Nobody knows anything really about you, your story, what you've dealt with. The only person who knows is you. If you put in half an hour of work and it felt like having to climb Mount Everest, then as the judge, you might as well pat yourself on the back. Praise yourself. Say you're a hard worker. Even if all the other people put you down, you don't have to listen to them. Get it though, because the external can be very overwhelming. Every time you miss your bedtime and you go to bed at 3 a.m. or something, scrolling on media or playing video games, whatever, you probably think, like you messed up. It's over. You have no hope. You've wasted your life. You're a loser. Nobody. You have no future. But you don't have to believe that. And this is another important point. Just as much as other people assign labels to you, you can assign yourself labels. Your subconscious brain, like another person yapping in your ear. And for a temporary while, they're going to keep yapping, and you're not really going to control that until you build up the evidence to prove against that. And you should probably just treat it almost like a joke with all the yapping that you hear, all the labels. Stop taking it so personal. Stop taking it so seriously. And focus on what you actually need to do. Focus on what moves the needle, what matters. And that's the work. It's moving forward that counts. Progress, no matter how small, regardless of what people say. Whatever your fate is, or you think it is, or whoever you think you are, you're not. You can be successful. You can live well and a happy life. You can be disciplined, hardworking. You can achieve things you couldn't even believe, but it starts with small actions that compound. The reality is very boring, unglamorous, Social media convinces everybody, especially about hustle culture. Everyone thinks they have to be working 24/7. Otherwise, you're a loser. This is ridiculous. Don't listen to that. The truth is, any amount of work done towards your goals and dreams is progress. And that progress will compound over time. Your work ethic compounds and you learn more, you compound more yourself. Just don't listen to it. Don't listen to it. Listen to your heart. Listen to yourself. Your mind, your subconscious mind, if it's your enemy right now, all you need to do is build up the evidence. Build overwhelming evidence against the people, against your subconscious mind, against your external environment. The truth is there's no such thing as lazy. There's just such a thing as not wanting something. And I already know you want to succeed. And if you want to succeed, you can do it. It just takes a very long time. It's a longer time frame than what you might have initially thought. It takes a lot of time. Baby steps. Stop putting such a heavy load on yourself. Carrying the whole world on your shoulders everywhere you go. It doesn't work well for you. You just get crushed, flattened. How can you build success if you carry the world on your back while you have to build your empire? You can't. You have to remove the load off your shoulders first, and then you can make progress. Then you can move forward. For as long as this burden exists onto you, you're going to struggle and you're going to keep blaming yourself. You shouldn't be blaming yourself. You need to remove the load, remove the burden. Take steps. Any amount of progress that you make is wonderful. Let's say with video games, you're hyper addicted or some kind of drug or something, right? And if you just cut down by 10% in the next day, that's already incredible progress, but everyone's just going to say that as meaningless. But if you kept up the 10%, like even just on a weekly basis, then within 3 months, 4 months, then you would have already quit the bad habit, which is crazy. But people are going to put it down because all they see is the micro. They forget the macro. They forget the bigger picture. It's a long-term game. It's not short-term. Very long. And this is all because it's building you and who you are as a person. I think starting from this video, you really need to start to assign a new identity. Be great, maybe. Alter ego. Because it's not enough to just say, stop having all these labels on you. Remove all the burdens on your shoulders. Try to erase the negative thoughts. But you need something to shield you. You need a fortress around that genuinely works. The best way to do that is an identity. The best way to do that is to wear the clothes that match who you are. Everything that you wear is a description of your character. That's the number one way. Number two is you need to take care of yourself. Take care of your hygiene. Take care of your physique. And really, you need to start only trying to produce positive thoughts as much as you can. The best way to do that is, let's say you listen to music, it can boost your confidence. If you listen to only positive music, try to avoid negative music. That really affects you more than you realize, for one. But you really have to understand the whole way this works is that if you just keep it up, you'll compound slowly. 90% of this is going to be flat. It's going to suck and nothing's going to show you that you are actually making progress. There's going to be no signs that you're making progress until you reach the boom point, X point, and then you could shoot up from there. Then you'll really start to see crazy things. sort of short video, I guess, as usually. I'll see whether I can improve the length of these videos, try to give you more value, try to improve the content. Anyways, I appreciate you watching, and I'm going to say goodbye then, and have a good day or good evening, wherever you are.